I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This video isn't gonna be me trying to tell you what to do and all of that. I don't even care no more. I'm just gonna spread knowledge and basically expose from what I've learned, and then the choice is yours from then. So let's get into it. Why you should stop playing video games, right? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's not really much that I can say about it. Like, I don't really hate it, right? I mean, I haven't played video games in probably 6 months, 7 months, or even a year actually. Yeah, I think I have not played any video games within about 7 months, 8 months, something like that, right? Now, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. That was completely natural. I didn't try not to play video games. It just happened. I just don't have time to play games, and I just don't really care about it, right? But I'm gonna tell you something right now, right? And this is gonna shock a lot of people. Video games, especially as a man, I feel as though video games has actually been created to give you a false masculine imperative, right? And let me explain what that means. So I feel as though it gives you a false sense despite all of the dopamine that it gives you, the false crazy dopamine that it just gives you and stuff like that, damaging your dopamine receptors. But what I also feel that it does as well is that it mimics your actual masculinity, and it just makes you less masculine. Video games makes you less masculine. If you're a man, it literally makes you more feminine. Now let me explain why. That's gonna shock you, right? But most of my videos, you always get shocked because I say some crazy weird shit, and then as time goes on, then you actually understand what I mean. So let me elaborate on that, right? How does video games make you less masculine? It's because it gives you a false sense of masculinity. It mimics real life, right? So let's just say an example, Minecraft. So we all know that basically building, anything that has to do with building and construction and all of that, naturally to you that actually comes across as something masculine. Everyone thinks that. You don't ever hear, oh, someone is a construction worker and then think of female. Of course, I'm not saying that females can be construction workers. I'm just saying you don't ever think that it's a female. You automatically assume that it was a male. That's naturally, right? So construction and doing all of that, building things, is more something that's masculine. You always, for someone to build something, you always think the first thing that comes to your head is, oh, it's a man. It's something masculine, right? Basically. So let's just say Minecraft, and this is just an example, right? There's many other different examples as well, but let's just say Minecraft. So building things. So instead of you actually learning in real life how to build things and using your creativity and actually building things, doing all of the hard work and buying materials and doing all of that, actually learning how to build something, you would rather just pay a few dollars, right? Like $50 or how much ever, or I think $20. I think Minecraft is what? $40 or $20 US. I can't even remember, right? But that's in US. For some other countries it might be more expensive or whatnot, right? So you would rather pay that amount of money and then just go onto the game and then have a false sense of friendship because you go online, right? You plug in a headset, you go online in the virtual world with your fake friends, and then you basically just laugh together and talk bullshit all day and then just play video games. You just play and you build and you get the same exact dopamine and feelings as to if you were to be building in real life. But as time goes by, you'll notice that you probably spend at least 8-9 hours a day playing Minecraft. But when you actually look at your real life, your room is still dirty, your room smells like shit, and then you smell like shit as well, and you didn't get anything done for the day. You probably didn't even brush your teeth. You just woke up and hopped on Minecraft and started talking to your quote-unquote friends, which aren't even really your friends, because in real life they themselves also don't even have a fucking life. They're just a loser just like you, right? So it gives you this false sense of masculinity, and it actually makes your brain think. See, a lot of people ignore this fact. Your brain, obviously your brain is evolved, but it's not as evolved to live in the society that we live in now. It's not evolved to have all this damn technology and all of this shit. It's still pretty fucking primal, right? So when you sit there and you play video games, and you talk to friends, your brain is actually thinking that you actually have real friends. It's thinking, oh, we can actually survive because we have a tribe. We don't have to worry about getting attacked. We don't have to worry about anything. We're gonna survive. We have a lot of loyal friends. And then as you're building, your brain actually thinks as well, oh, we're so masculine. We're building things. We're being creative. We're coming up with all these things. Society must love us. But when you actually take a step back, your brain realizes that it was all in the virtual world, and in real life you still have nothing done. Now let's talk about shit like probably Call of Duty. Again, war. It mimics war. It mimics masculinity. It mimics going to war, being a soldier, using critical thinking skills, and how to flank, and how to know when your enemy is gonna attack and where they're gonna attack from, and going in there with your teammates. You know what I mean? Going in there with your teammates and killing the other team and whatnot. So it gives you the same exact thing. It gives you a sense of brotherhood. It gives you a sense of masculinity. It gives you a sense of pride, of creativity, of war. It mimics all of that, but it's all in the virtual world. See, none of this is a mistake. The elites, or the people that think that they run this world, or pretty much, I'm gonna be honest, they low-key kind of do, because a lot of people are slaves to them. But the people that think they run this world, right, they did this for a reason. They created video games. They did all of this for a reason. Now, I'm not a hater, right? Because I used to binge play Call of Duty. I was a crazy COD player, right? I would always be on COD for like 9-10 hours a day, just blasting, just grinding, right? I was even a big Minecraft player as well. So I'm not hating on video games. I'm not someone that's just talking out of their ass and have no experience. I grew up being a gamer. Literally, I grew up full on being a gamer. Someone that would play games all day. That was literally my entire life. And for me to come now and tell you that, bro, it's complete bullshit and it's literally mimicking real life, is the truth. I'm gonna be honest. And I'm being totally honest, it's literally just it does the truth, right? It really does this to you. It really does this to your brain, to your mind. It's telling your dopamine system that you're actually achieving things. So your dopamine system is actually getting destroyed. Not even to mention that most likely you also probably use social media, which is also giving you dopamine as well. So you're getting dopamine from video games. You're getting dopamine from eating fast food, whilst you're also getting dopamine from TikTok and Instagram and all of that. So your dopamine system is basically literally being overloaded. Let me ask you a question right now. If the power, right, let's just say the power was to go out right now, like in your neighborhood, whatever. Let's just say the power was to go out and there was no Wi-Fi and nothing, right? The power went out for a few hours. I guarantee you right now, if you're like the average person, you are literally going to start feeling so bored. I guarantee you. Like, let your internet go out for a few hours or something. Let's just say there's a glitch in your internet company and the Wi-Fi gets shut down for a few hours. I bet you within those few hours, you are going to be bored out of your mind. And you know what's crazy? All of a sudden, you naturally start looking for real dopamine. So as soon as there's no TikTok, there's no Instagram, and none of that, and the Wi-Fi goes out, all of a sudden you want to go outside. All of a sudden you want to call up your friends and you want to ask them to come go outside with you. All of a sudden you want to go to the mall. All of a sudden you want to go outside, touch grass, and play sports. All of a sudden, because now you're bored. All of a sudden you want to read books and shit. Bro, I swear, I could literally remember this right now. I literally remember this. It was one time when I was like extremely young. I was about like 11 or 12 years old, and like I said, I was a gamer or whatever. So it's like this one time the Wi-Fi we were changing Wi-Fi companies, right? So we didn't have Wi-Fi for a few days because we were waiting on the new internet company to hit us up. So basically, the Wi-Fi was out for a few days, and I swear to you, instantly, all of a sudden, I was the most productive human being on the world. All of a sudden, I was reading books. I literally hated reading. I hated doing anything productive. All I wanted to do was just play video games and eat snacks all day. But all of a sudden, the Wi-Fi went out. All of a sudden, I'm eating healthy. All of a sudden, I'm reading books. I swear to you, I kid you not, literally every single day, every single night actually, I would go onto my couch and I would just sit there bored out of my mind, bored as hell. And I would just be reading. And I was like, oh, this is so boring. But it was my only form of entertainment, right? Think about people that go to jail. They literally have no phone. They don't have no Wi-Fi. They don't have no one to really talk to. They're just in a cell for hours a day by themselves. What do you think they do? They work out all day because that's the only form of dopamine they can have. That's the only form of entertainment they can have, right? They take out all of that pain, all of that anger, all of that aggression onto themselves to make themselves better and to make themselves greater, right? And then after that, they read, they sleep, they eat good food, you know what I mean? So they're always doing something. And video games, I just feel as though it literally mimics and gives you a false masculine imperative. It makes you think that you're actually doing something. It makes you think that you're actually a man when that's far from the truth, literally, right? So I just want this video to be a wake-up call, right? Stop spending all of your time on playing video games. I'm not even going to tell you to just quit video games and all that shit. I don't really care what you do. It's your life, right? It's not me. So you could continue being a loser if you want. I'm going to just keep winning, right? But basically, for you, if you want, you can actually just limit the time that you play games, right? I'm not going to tell you to quit. It would be better if you did quit altogether and just put all of that time into real life and actually build up yourself and actually do shit. But if that's not what you want to do and you still like playing video games and you're so addicted, then at least play a few hours, right? So if you're playing 8 hours of video games a day, cut that down to 3 hours. And then you have like a good few hours again. You got 5 more hours that you can actually put in your real life. So it becomes balanced, right? 5 hours in your real life is crazy. You could do so much. You could actually work on your business. You could go to the gym. You could eat healthy. You could do all of that, right? You could actually spend time with real friends, real loyal friends in real life. You could do a lot of that within 5 hours. And then you get 3 hours to actually play games. And so you get the best of both worlds, right? Without it actually ruining your life to an extent. So basically, that's all I want to say in this video. Like, honestly, just stop playing video games, or at least cut down the amount of time that you spend playing it, because it's really damaging you. Trust me. And if you don't believe me, then keep playing video games. I don't even care.